Well, it's been dry enough for a few days now. I think we can finally plant our front 12-acre field. So to plant the field, we're going to be using the Kasco HayMaster, and this is a no-till drill. It's going to allow us basically to plant our field without doing anything. We can just go out there the way it is and put the seed directly in the ground. So it's almost June. It's a little bit late, to be planting grass, right? So we're planting warm season cover crops is what we're planting. Something that likes the hot summer weather. So this here is sorghum Sudan grass. It's a warm season grass, grows deep roots, does good in the heat of summer. And this here is pearl millet. That's going to be a good forage as well. Another bag of sorghum Sudan grass. Ooh, see that seed? That's nice and red. And this red seed here, this is a forage sorghum. So this is sorghum like you make molasses out of. But these are all I think shorter varieties that are made more for cows to forage off of. We've got the hopper pretty full. So that's 75 pounds of millet, 100 pounds of sorghum Sudan, and 25 pounds of forage sorghum. So three-way mix. I know, in the past I've used a concrete mixer to mix the seed up, but I think I can just throw it in here in 5 minutes. I'll have it mixed up good enough. Oh, we're spilling seed. I think that looks like a pretty good three-way mix, don't you? So there you go. That's what 200 pounds worth of seed in the hopper looks like. So this is a summer annual cover crop. It will not grow back next year. It's a one-season crop. You have to replant it again every year if you want it. And so this will be just a good forage, something to get in the ground for the animals to eat this summer. All right, I'm adjusting my top link to get the depth of the discs correct, because at a certain point in time, all your weight's riding on that culture packer on the back, and then you kind of tilt it in to get that disc the right depth. I think that's what I've kind of figured out here. I think we can go with that. All right, I think I got the drill set for the right depth. The problem with drilling out here with this wetter clay soil is it does like to stick to the discs, and it breaks it up a little bit, so you get some patchy spots that don't look very good. Like for instance, right there, it's going through no problem, cutting in, drilling, but come over here, we got a wet spot, and it pulls some of the clay. You can just see some of the clay stuck to the discs, and it pulled it out. So I think we're just gonna have to deal with that. That's the conditions we are in, or I might have to wait another 2-3 weeks before I can plant. So I just want to get it in the ground. We're gonna stay probably about 20 feet off of our new fence row that we got going down this way, so that we leave us plenty of room to be able to install the fence later. But let's go ahead, get drilling this in. looks like we're pretty much out of seed. I mean, there's a little bit left down in these pockets, but pretty much all gone. And that there was half of the seed that I bought, and we pretty much were just past the white pole barn down there, so we were pretty close to half the field. A little ways in, I ended up adjusting the seed rate up a little bit because I didn't think I was putting enough down. I think I'm really close to the right amount. So the conditions out here are extremely muddy, or very soft, let's put it that way. It's probably too wet for me to drill this in, but we're trying to beat the rain. It's going to rain in about 5 hours. So right here, this is the last pass that I did with the seeder. You can see the lines, you can see how it lays down the grass. And this looks a lot better from when I started this morning. I think when I first started off, I was going too deep with the discs. I was also going too fast. The faster you go, the more that clay wants to stick to the disc and flip up. And then you get kind of more of a tilling action. So I adjusted the disc height. I slowed the tractor down. Everything went a lot smoother. I think we get the seed drilled in fairly good. And I think this is a fairly good stopping point. We got half the field seeded. So over the last few weeks, I have been thinking about what I would actually do when I got a chance to plant this field. And before today, I had decided that I thought half the field would be all I really needed. An extra 5-6 acres of forage would get me through the summertime and through the fall for the amount of livestock that we're gonna have. Because it's getting so late in the season, come late August, early September, we're gonna work up this field and basically plant pasture grass. So that's only a few months away. So I thought, well, I can have them grazing on half the field, and then come September, I can plant the other half in a pasture grass. And I thought that would work out really well. And then come next year, we'll try to work something out whether we do the other half of the seed. I think it'll stay good for a year, and we could try this again, or I could plant it in pasture grass next spring. So I think I'm good with what we got planted today, and I don't think we're gonna touch the field again till probably late August. So look what showed up this week. Got some gravel dropped off here. So I can think of at least, I think, 4 projects that I can use this on. So this is definitely gonna come in handy. I won't be able to get rid of it very quickly, but I bet by the end of summer, I bet you those piles are gone. So in my last video, we got the rust prevention on our hands that would not come off. Looks a lot better, doesn't it? We tried everything, okay? We tried like lacquer thinner, paint thinner, all different types of solvents. Probably not good for our health. We've tried different oils and different weird methods that we read on the internet. None of them worked. Rebecca ended up going to the store. She got some of these pumice stones. I guess they're made for taking off calluses or exfoliating your skin. And we basically sanded the skin off of our hands to get this stuff off. I still got a little bit of black, like in my nails and stuff. But overall, the only way to take it off is to basically take off your skin. And that's what we did. And now we have sore spots. Actually, yeah, this is almost like scabbed right there from taking off too much skin. It's a very sensitive spot. So this here is the 2 7/8 inch oil filled pipe that I bought. This is the bigger pipe. And I asked these guys to cut it to 10-foot lengths, and this one is exactly 10 foot. I didn't think it was gonna be that precise. So I think this one will work. I do think there's some in there that I'm gonna have to cut down with the plasma cutter. Well, I found 5 that was exactly 10 foot. The rest of them we'll have to cut. Hey, pretty good guess, pretty close on the length. So I think I've come up with an idea to help speed up this fencing process, especially working with this old oil-filled pipe. So I've decided to pre-coat the pipe. That's step number one. I've got 7 pipes that I did the other day, and you have to reapply the coating every 2 to 6 hours. So basically I can coat this, I can go do other work, come back, put another coat on, so I can basically do it in between the jobs and prep all this pipe. But right now, these bigger pipes that I just got out, they're all covered in mud. So first thing I'm gonna do with them is we're gonna get the mud cleaned off of them, and then once they dry, we'll start getting these coated up as well. Well, those pipes are drying. We'll go ahead and get 2515, see if we get the brush hog hooked up. So this area beside the driveway here that we just cleared, this old fence row, it is already starting to grow in with weeds. Hopefully you can see all of the brush and everything that is growing in along the driveway here. So while those pipes are drying, I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna brush hog all this back down and get it looking good. And there's a lot of other places that need to be mowed as well today. Well, it's not perfect, but I'll tell you, this looks a lot better than it was. All gloved up. So this here is the can of POR 15 that I had shipped to the house because it was half the price buying it by the gallon. And it got busted in shipping and was like leaking out of the box when we got it. And we've had to wrap it in saran wrap, put it in a Ziploc bag to try to keep it from setting up. And today the can has really sealed itself up. So I think today we're gonna actually finish this off. So this can will go bye-bye, and we're gonna try something different next time. Well, I ended up having enough paint that I got out some more pipes. These are the smaller ones. They're not muddy, so didn't have to clean these. So we ended up coating a total of 10 pipes. And when we're finished with these today, that'll bring us up to a total of 17 pipes that are already painted. That's a pretty good start. All right, let's break for lunch. So up here at the front of the property where we're building our new fence right along the road here, this is all overgrown again. It's full of whatever brush and briars and everything that was here before. It's all coming back up. So if you look at this, look how tall this stuff is, and it just needs mowed. So this is right along a ditch, and there's parts of the ditch that are really shallow and you can get the tractor through, and then there's parts of the ditch that are like an angle like this that there's no way you could get the tractor on it. So we're gonna mow what we can and try to get this looking a little bit better and try to keep it under control, because it's just gonna turn into what it was again if we don't keep mowing it. All right, we got everything mowed down that we could up here on the flat part. We've got it at least cleared next to our new fence. I could not mow the ditch because, I mean, it is like a drop off. You can't tell it on camera. This is probably like at least a 4 or 5 foot drop off on this side, and I would flip the tractor, no doubt about it. So I did what I could do. I did the top part, the flat part. And the county, they got like a boom mower where they can reach out from the road and they can mow the ditch and everything. And they do that once or twice a year. So I'll let them take care of the ditch. And I did my part up here next to the fence. So it's already been more than 2 hours now. So it's time to go ahead, put the next coat of rust prevention on the pipes. And then that's pretty much what the rest of my day looks like. It's gonna be paint, mow, paint, mow. It's gonna be pretty repetitious. But the good thing is at least I'm getting two things kind of done at the same time. So if it's not probably going to be the next video, it'll probably be the video after that. We'll go ahead and we will use the pipes that we're getting all pre-coated, use them to build a fence, and hopefully it's going to speed up the fencing process. Hopefully we can do everything a lot quicker to build a section of fence. At least that's what I'm hoping. But we'll wait and show you when we get to that. But for now, I think that's going to be it for today's video, guys. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.